Mary, Anthony, Josiah. I see you guys. Ezra. I see Jason. There's Elliot. Who am I missing? Oh, baby Abby. Are you there? Do I have everybody? Hope I didn't miss anybody. Got another book for you. Snowman Magic. It had been snowing all day. Snowing, snowing, snowing. George was bored. There was no school, so he needed something to do. He kept looking out the window. Would it ever stop? Well, okay, my Texas kiddos. You didn't get too much snow in Texas. Wait till you get to New York. You'll know what George is going through. You'll see lots of snow in the wintertime. The next morning, the sun was shining. When George looked out the window, everything was a brilliant white. The snow was so bright it was almost hard to look at. If he squinted, he could see it. It was very deep, and it had drifted high against the slope in his backyard. Look at that. Trees covered. All the bushes are covered. It's up on his windowsill. There's all the cardinals in the tree. See the pretty cardinals? George put on his warm socks and snow pants and his flannel shirt. Then he put on his snow jacket, his boots, his mittens, and his hat. He was ready. I hope he went to the bathroom first so he doesn't have to take it all off. Outside, the air smelled clean and cold. George plunged into the snow. It was fluffy, but crunchy too. He made a snowball and threw it against a tree. It was very, very quiet. Look at all the footprints he's leaving behind. You guys got to play in the snow in New York and throw snowballs? And Anthony and Jason and Elliot, you guys already know all about snow. And I'm sure you've had lots of fun in the snow. And maybe you've done this before. George took some snow and packed it into a small ball. Then he started rolling the ball in the snow. The ball got bigger and bigger. When the ball got too heavy to roll, he stopped rolling it near the bottom of the slope. Then he started rolling a medium-sized ball. He put it on top of the big ball. Finally, he's made a small ball for the top. What do you think he's building? Let's see. George went inside the house and found a scarf in the closet and a carrot in the refrigerator. In the old days, his mother told him people used to take pieces of coal and use them to make eyes. But there wasn't any coal in George's house, so he found 2 buttons and he brought them outside with the scarf and the carrot. Now what's he going to do with those? Is he going to put those on the snowman? Ah, look, there's birds on the snowman. Don't forget to close the refrigerator door, George. And this door too. You're letting all the heat out of the house. He carefully pushed the buttons into the small ball near the top. He stuck the carrot in the center. He found a few small twigs and used them to make a mouth. He wrapped the scarf between the top ball and the middle ball, and he found 2 branches to stick into the sides of the middle ball. It was a perfect snowman. George turned his head. He thought he saw the snowman smiling at him. Could it be? I don't know. Could it be? And there's those cardinals again. Time for a snack, said George. He went inside the house and got 2 mugs of hot chocolate and some cookies. He put them on the table in the snow. He put them on the snow table. Would you like something to eat? George asked. I can't drink hot chocolate, the snowman said, but a cookie would be nice. It was magic. Do snowmen talk? George's snowman talks. After their snack, George made a cave, tunneling deep into the slope. He piled up snowballs at the entrance. Then he threw a couple at the snowman. The snowman made some snowballs and threw them back at George. His long branch arms helped him throw the snowballs very far. It was hard to say who won the fight, but it was still fun, throwing snowballs back and forth. Not at the head, though, only at the body. You ever have a snowball fight? The snowman chased George around the yard, and then George chased the snowman. The snowman couldn't move so fast because it was easier. The snowman couldn't move that fast, so it was easier for George to sneak up on him. Did George sneak up on him? It was starting to get dark. George didn't want to go inside, but his mother was calling him. Goodbye, snowman, he said. I'll see you tomorrow. George thought he heard the snowman say good night. Do snowmen talk? I suppose if you use your imagination, they do. The next day it was warmer. The sun was even brighter, and the snowman was shrinking. George played with him all day, but he could tell that the snowman didn't have quite the same energy. So what do you think is happening? Why doesn't he have as much energy, and why is he shrinking? Why is he getting smaller? I wonder if that bright sun has anything to do with that. Oh. Then it was Monday. George had to go to school. It was another bright, warm day. When he came home, the snowman was almost gone. The scarf and the carrot and the buttons had slid down. He could barely recognize his snowman. The cave had collapsed too, and the snow table had melted. Uh-oh. George does not have a happy look on his face. Hey, Anthony and Elliot, that looks like your school bus. Is that your bus? It might be. The next morning, George looked out the window. It was snowing. Snowing, snowing, snowing. He couldn't wait. Couldn't wait for what? Couldn't wait to build his snowman again. Snowman Magic by Katherine Tegen and Brandon Dorman. You can have lots of fun in the snow. You can go sledding. You can build a snowman. You can have a snowball fight. Love you guys. Bye.